George is excited today.
Ronaldo's back, baby.
George is happy.
He's
so
back.
happy today.
He's
Look at him.
back with a bang. And he scored 2 goals today.
All right, calm down, George. George, we'll give it to you, all right? Look, we'll talk about the EPL.
All right, I'm happy.
You know, after we, we go through our podcast today, all right?
Sounds good.
Let's get rid of this. Boys, we got George, and myself today. Kay's not with us today, unfortunately. He had
Doing some roofing.
some errands, and that needed to be attended to. So today, what do we have, boys? We have
a Sydney FC player joining us today.
Sydney FC footballer joining us today on our podcast, which is exciting. So we've had MacArthur Bulls FC, Moody Naja. We had Ali Dullah from Parramatta, and now we have Sydney FC
Eels.
footballer. So we're getting a mixed bag. We're getting a mixed bag, right? Good.
Yeah.
And then we're going to wrap it up with some EPL news overnight.
And hopefully by next week, our guest is Wayne Rooney.
Bro, why did you not go do the roof and leave K here?
Wazza, big Wazza on the set.
Yeah, what's that?
All right, let's kick it off. So our special guest today is Patrick Yazbek, Sydney FC footballer. George, come on, man.
Sorry.
Let me redo that now. Today's
Do it.
special guest is Patrick Yazbek, Sydney FC footballer. We'll get him on the phone now, and we'll ask him all the questions that we have about his journey, obviously, of football, and where he's at the moment, and what's his future ambitions moving forward. All right,
Sounds good.
especially for
good.
this upcoming season. Hopefully, we get to see him out on the pitch as well.
Who does he support in the Premier League?
You can ask him, all right? But let us get through some questions.
All right.
All right, we're gonna treat you like a child today. All right,
Sounds good.
relax.
I want toy.
Every time let's do this. Every time you think of saying something,
Yeah.
count to 4,000,
Okay.
and then by the time you get to that 4,000 mark, you can ask a question. And whenever you want to drink, can you just mute yourself out of it so we don't have to hear that rubbish? Oh, you can do that, exactly. All right. George.
He's found the loophole.
Some ASMR.
Listen,
right there.
in future, George won. No, I'm going to get confused. George won. Yeah, but I always see you because I see you more.
All right, fine.
As kids, we used to do Big George, Little George.
Done.
But now
But
it's
now he's bigger than me, so
yeah.
Well, now you confuse me. So,
George squared. I'm
but
Greg.
how far I want
I'll
to...
be Dodge.
What?
I'm Dodge.
What?
Gorge?
Dodge.
Nah,
George,
come on,
George.
listen. All right, let's do this.
Rooney.
Ronaldo! Whatever, I don't care no more, right? You just figure it out. When
Just
I say G1 or G2, you just work out who's who.
Alright.
All right, let's give Patrick a call.
Just do GH GC.
Done.
GH GC.
Hello.
Patrick, how are you?
Good, Paddy. How are you, man?
Not too bad, mate. You're on the podcast at the moment. We got George and George,
Yeah.
so we got 2 Georges with me as well, right? So
How's it going, boys?
Hey, good.
How
How are you?
man?
just so you don't get confused, we'll call one of them G1, one of them G2.
And we don't know
G1,
who's, but we don't know who's G1, G2. We're still trying to figure it out.
How you
That's
going today,
alright.
man? You been all right?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah, busy day?
Nah, not really. Just day off, so just taking it easy.
Day off, mad. So no training today at all?
Nah, no training. Day
No,
off.
good. You got the rest day on a Sunday.
Yeah,
Rest day. Good.
Amazing.
yeah, exactly.
So listen, Patrick, we're gonna jump in some questions just to ask about your footballing, career, your journey, and
Yeah.
and we'll pick up some few questions after that as well, and we'll
Do
just go
it.
back and forth, easy. You want to start off, George?
Yeah.
Or G1?
G1, yeah.
G1.
I'll be
We
G1.
figured it out.
All right. Give us like a little timeline from grassroots to where you are now. What sort of areas you played in? Maybe if you had.
Patrick, tell us about yourself first. Let's do
Okay.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's do that. Yeah, just talk about yourself first, so everyone knows who you are and where you're at the moment.
So I'm 19 years old. I'm from Western Sydney, or the Western suburbs, southwest Sydney, like Liverpool area.
Represent.
Kind of North Ride. Due to my footballing commitments, I'm currently contracted on a scholarship contract with Sydney FC.
Yep.
Good.
My first year on the professional contract. I've been with the academy there, so now just started with the A-League.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's not much about me, to be honest.
Oh, good.
That's about it. That's
There's
my life.
a lot there going on.
Yeah.
Listen. We'll do this then. G2 wants to ask you a very important question. He's been itching to ask
Yeah,
you.
since
Go,
before the podcast. So,
George.
who do you support in the Premier League?
Oh, this is a rough question.
And there's only one right answer.
Let him answer. Let him answer.
Alright, fine.
It has to be like I've been an Arsenal supporter since I was young.
what?
I can't
Oh,
not support
no.
Are you
them.
serious?
Hey, Arsenal supporter, we got one.
Norwich always almost beat him today.
Sorry, we're going
As
to have to end the
reluctant
call
as
here.
I was to say I'm an Arsenal supporter,
George, hey,
Don't worry.
Patrick, don't worry. I'm an Arsenal supporter as well. G2 is a Man U supporter and G1's a Chelsea.
oh my
We're all different here.
Chelsea's they're all just terrible.
And then
Oh,
the other guy, Kay, who's here,
Liver.
he's a Liverpool supporter. So we got a mixed bag there, which is pretty
you got
good.
a good variety.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The banter's real.
Arsenal.
Put it that way. The banter's real.
What do you think of the transfer rumors linking you to Arsenal? 125 million transfer.
I'd say I wish they were true.
Look, I'd say just sign the contract already. I think
Just sign
Arsenal are
the
waiting.
contract.
They need a player like
Yeah,
Yeah, if you do and you need a personal physio, just call me. I'm happy with 50k a year. All right, let's get into it. All right, George, go back to your question. Good.
All right, yeah.
Patrick.
So saying you're from Western Sydney, so did you play in the Grenville district growing up, or was it?
no,
somewhere
I
else?
did not play in the Granville district.
Okay, nice. Okay, so give us a little timeline of from grassroots all the way to where you are now.
Okay, so I started off first ever club, Austral Soccer Club.
Hey,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's my local. I don't know, I can't remember. I think it was 3 years I was there, maybe 4 years. And then when I hit kindergarten, or not even kindergarten, a bit older, under 9,
Mhm.
a bit older, I moved over to this Football New South Wales run program called Project 22,
Oh yeah, yep.
which was like an area-based sort of academy / league on its own. So the Project 22 would sort of verse each other based on area. So I was in the south area,
Yep.
which was like Sheffield, Liverpool.
Mhm.
And then from that, I was there for 2 years. I moved over to Sydney United. Played at King Tom for 3 years, I think.
What ages
had
were
a
you
great
there?
time.
What ages were you at King Tom?
So under 12. Oh no, I went to Marconi first actually. Yeah, I went to Marconi for a year, and then to Sydney United for 3 years. So under 12 to under 15, Sydney United.
Mhm.
And then from there, I made the move to Western Sydney Wanderers for a year.
Oh, Wanderers boy.
Jumped across.
Yeah, so that was under 15s there, and then under 16 Sydney FC, and then been there since.
Good stuff. That's good.
Good. So one question: what made you get into football? Who was that one that pushed you sort of to take on that role? Take on that sport, or was it something that just, I don't know, just came about, with your parents or so, or was it something
Yeah.
you were like, nah, look, Dad, Mum, I want to start playing football because my mates are.
Yeah, so like I've been playing football since I was like 3 or 4, and I think it was more my older brother because he was playing at the time, and I felt like, I've just got to do something, and he was playing, so I was like, you know what, I'll try football. And my dad, it's pretty much all he talks about football. It's his passion, he played growing up.
Is he an Arsenal supporter?
He doesn't really support anyone in the Prem. He's pretty on the fence. I think he likes Chelsea at the moment, but he changes years.
Yes. Well then.
He's one of the big guys. So yeah, I was sort of just like, yeah, I'll try football because my older brother was playing and my dad supported it. And then, I made some really good friendships there. And I think that was initially the thing that kept me going,
Mhm.
just like the friendships and the environment. And then I slowly started picking it up a bit. And then I think it was my dad who sort of pushed me a bit more to say, all right, I think he's got something here. Let's see how it goes, I guess. And I just stuck with it.
What age do you think you thought, like, I want to make something out of this as a career? Because you
It was
also
fun.
have school, and
Yeah,
a lot of boys
it's-
struggle between, should I, push through school more over football, or football is going to be my main priority to work
Yeah.
on, and then school's like, whatever, I'll jump on it if football fails. But in the real world, it's not easy, because
Yeah.
especially football here, and especially in Australia is so tough. It's pretty much makes you sit in the middle on the fence. It's like, should I jump
Yeah.
left or right? I got to pick one. I can't use. It's hard to do both, right?
Yeah, so it was when I was pretty young when I sort of realised I wanted to sort of go all the way with this and see how far I can go. I still do, I still definitely am not where I want to be. There are places I want to go in my footballing career that I still have to work for. But when I was probably about 11, 12, I started to realise I just got to work for it. And I really thought I could probably, take this somewhere. And then also for another thing for me, when I started to hit, year 10, 11, 12, that was another thing. I had to definitely choose between football and school and find like a sort of balance, which I did. I thought I did very well. I was still committed to my education without compromising, my performance on the pitch and my commitment to training and also my studies. So I think around the middle of high school, I sort of said to myself, if I'm going to do this, I got to do it the right way.
Yeah, no, good.
And yeah.
No, it's really smart, because I know a lot of boys, and you obviously know quite a lot as well, that, pick one or the other. And then, unfortunately, it's not always what they expect right at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, and there's also, if you pick the footballing aspect of it and you don't really focus on your education, it might not even work out for you,
That's right.
It's the football world. So you got to sort of be a bit mindful about that and have the balance.
That's right. The light, it's there at the end of the tunnel, but I heard this thing once, they go, but the light could also mean that there's a train coming. So it doesn't always mean just because you see it's always going to be, unfortunately, it's not always going to be that positive thing, right? So, it's good that it's really good you've got your head screwed on, especially with education, because we've, like I said, I know some boys, and I'm sure you do as well, that sort of picked one or the other, or were forced to pick one or the other, and, maybe wasn't just the optimal choice at the time or so, But good. What are you doing? Like, are you doing any studying at the moment as well while you're doing your scholarship?
I'm studying at uni. I'm at the University of New South Wales.
Yep. What are you
studying? Construction management and property there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But I'm doing it part-time because obviously the full-time football schedule is pretty full on, and you don't really get a lot of time to, I don't want to half sort of give 50% into uni as well. I want to be able to give it a decent crack.
Yeah, completely understand. Yeah.
And also, so I drop the loads a bit so I can still focus on that and football as well.
No, good on you. That's a really good thing.
Probably the most organised youth player I've ever heard, to be honest.
No, but very good. That's the way you got to do it, right? Yeah. Because, like you said, he's on a scholarship, so I guess he's got to think about his future as well after football.
Yeah, that's right.
Football is limited to an age, it's a particular age, or if it goes to that point, right, 35 or 40, whatever it is, maybe. But good on you. That's really good.
Yeah, like in saying that, I'm still fully focused on football.
Absolutely.
That's my main goal at the moment. That's what I want to be in my life. I want to be a professional footballer. But still, you gotta, just have something as backup as a plan B.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's a really good idea, mate. You're a smart guy. What about talk to us about training? What's it like now?
So training very good. We're about 5 weeks in, I'd say.
Yep.
5 weeks in pre-season. We got permission by New South Wales government to start pretty much first day of August.
Yep.
That's under a very COVID-safe plan. Masks around everywhere, checking in, checking out. No interactions, not many interactions. Just trying to keep it as COVID safe as possible, and we're slowly picking up the pace. It is getting pretty intense and very, very demanding. But that's just the nature of pre-season, I guess. It is enjoyable, but it definitely is very draining.
Are you achieving your personal goals with your fitness and etc.?
Yeah. So week by week, you sort of see your improvements on the field and in the gym. It is very noticeable.
Yep.
Especially because pre-season is all about pushing the body. So I am seeing some targets being hit, but there's still a lot more to come.
Good man.
Yeah.
I have an interesting question. How does the club address mental health when it comes to football? So is it like they tell you guys to, have goal settings? Do they talk about visualization in a game, or is it more just mental toughness?
Or do they have psychologists at the club?
So we, so most clubs in the country work with the PFA, and we have a PFA rep who comes in and a couple of times a week, and just he's just there for the players on like a morale sort of point, sort of perspective. So if we have any issues or questions, just want to chat, we can speak to him. And also we do have a lot of goal settings, and just like as well the staff, they emphasise to us, if we ever need to talk to anyone or have a chat, they're always there for us, and to be brutally honest, they're very very supportive on that point, because if you're not in the right mindset, you won't be able to perform. So they want to make sure we're pretty good from a mental health standpoint.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
becoming a big thing now in pro clubs. Everything's more about mental health because more studies coming out saying things like goal setting or visualization.
Yeah.
So receiving a touch on the field or pinging a pass across the field improves a lot more rather than just repetitiveness.
It's very stressful for a player as well, because players like Patrick, they're trying to break into, because he's on a scholarship deal, right? Hey, when did you sign your scholarship? When was this?
So I signed it in I think June, and it's a 2-year contract.
Okay, so he's got 2 years to prove himself to break into the starting squad, right? And for a young guy, 19 years old, it's not easy, It's a lot of a lot of stress, a lot of mental pressure, stress and anxiety. Constantly trying to figure out, what do I need to improve in myself to be chosen, being that starting player, or at least on the bench and etc. Patrick, with this season, what's your goal as a player on a scholarship? What's your goal like this year? Are you trying to break into like the, at least breaking into the playing on, being a player on the bench? Are you trying to hope to make a starting 11, or you just taking it as it comes, day by day?
Yeah, look, to be honest, Fatty, like I've got my goals. Like I do want to see myself included in match day squads, and get some minutes on the field, but that's going to take time. I know that, so I've just got to focus week by week, day by day, and just take it as it comes, I guess. And if I just keep working hard, I know my opportunity will come, and when it does, I just got to make the most of it.
That's it. Yeah. What about this? Is I don't know if many people even talk about this, right? But being patient. How important of an attribute is that, being a patient player, right? Because, like, I'll give you an example, right? How many times have even you boys now? I don't know about you, G2. Have you played NPL before, or like up to there? Or no, you haven't.
No.
Okay. You played NPL, all right? So like we've seen like how a lot of players crack, get upset, angry with coaches, and they just lose mentally. They just break down. They ruin the potential starting positions or etc. We spoke to Ali, an NPL player last week. Patrick, you may know Ali Dullah. You know Ali Dullah?
I know Ali.
Yeah, so we spoke to him last week, and he was saying like being patient and building a rapport with coaches is very important. Do you agree? Like, do you have the same sort of approach, with your coaches in terms of being patient for your time to come, and it's not always a rushed process?
Yeah, I 100% agree. You gotta be patient. There is a sort of manner you gotta approach your career, and if you just think you're gonna get put in the starting 11 on the first week, it just doesn't happen like that.
Yeah.
You gotta be patient, to be resilient. But I think as well, you sort of know yourself as a player if you are ready or not, and you should definitely have that discussion with your coaches if they think you are ready. Because you got to be patient, but you don't want to.
You don't want to just sit back in the back seat as well.
Yeah, sit back and show them that you're just happy with where you are. You want to make that statement and say you feel like you're ready. Do they agree? Because if you give off that sort of sense that you're just happy with what's happening, the coaches might not see a drive in you. If that makes sense.
It's a very awkward line, because even if you have some of the boys in your team saying, "Bro, why aren't you starting?" or whatever, you don't want to come across to the coach and say, put me on the field. I deserve
People
it.
are saying, I see on Facebook or social media, why isn't this guy? Why am I playing? Why is he playing? Vice versa. Yeah.
And you got to still maintain that good relationship to the coach, but you want to tell him, "Mate, I should be starting." You know what I mean?
It's hard. It's hard. Like you said, it's a fine line.
It's more just touching base with the coach to see where he thinks you're at and what you need to do to be in that starting spot, I think.
That's right. Yeah. No, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. So, do you, in terms of that, what you just said, do you have weekly, fortnightly, monthly sort of meetings where you get feedback or have a little meeting, and get information of what you need to improve, or is not as frequently as expected?
It may seem.
Yeah.
Well, look, to be honest, like being a young player, I'm getting feedback every single day. You know, whether it's like not from the staff, it's from the players around me. You know, the more experienced boys. So I feel like I am learning every day on the field, and if that's probably the best type of learning, you know, on the field, because that's the real deal. So if the staff can see that, there isn't as much of a need for them to sort of pull me aside in the video room and show me what's going on. But yeah, we do have video meetings and sessions where they do show us probably like once every fortnight, once a week, of what they want me to do personally as a player.
Oh, good.
That's good. Yeah.
Do you have any questions?
One more question.
Yep.
So you probably know a lot of boys different, growing up in different areas or different clubs or whatnot. So that project was a Project 22 that you said.
Yeah.
How beneficial do you think that was growing up to play in a league like that compared to someone who would have played park football growing up and then trying to get trials into the MPL system?
To be honest with you, like I don't feel like that P22 wasn't as beneficial as anywhere else, to be honest, because there are a lot of players that I know nowadays, actually more often than not, that weren't even involved with it. You know, they were playing at their local clubs at the same age I was playing there. So I feel like it didn't really matter at that age because I still was young. I was 9, 10.
Yep.
It definitely was good to play, to sort of get myself a bit of exposure playing outside of the local area. But I feel like it definitely didn't have much of a contribution to the way I am today and the way I play today.
Yeah,
Which,
good.
in a player's journey, right? Not that he didn't make a right decision, but what I mean, don't get, you know, I'm trying to find the right wording for this. Not every decision you make or your path that you go down is always going to be the best or smartest or right choice.
Yeah.
You know, it's such a bumpy, freaking weird incline up a hill and then back down and up and down again, you know, which I'm sure you probably would have went through as well. Always, have you ever been that player where you've been, you know, it's like, damn, did I make the right decision going here or doing that or, you know, saying this or saying that? Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
It always happens.
Yeah, it always happens. Which I guess is a normal and it's a learning thing, right?
Yeah. Depends what you do after that certain thing that makes you different.
That's right. How you turn that negative-ish thing into a positive thing moving forward. Right. Look, another question, Patrick. We'll probably finish it on this one. What advice do you have for any young footballers, like, you know, any boys that are watching now who are maybe 10, 11, 12, 13, etc., or even in the MPL? What advice do you have for them, you know, on a personal level? Like, what should they be doing to try to, if they want to make a career out of football based on your experience, you know, growing up?
The way I look at it, you got to be the hardest worker on the field every single day. You know, like your teammates, they're your teammates, but you got to prove to them and to the coaches that you want it the most out of everyone. That's for me always one thing, especially training younger. You know, I just wanted to be the best player on the field. I still do, you know, and I'm 100%. I'm not the best player on the field right now, especially at training. But that's something that I sort of want to achieve. So growing up, you just want to give everything you've got, and you know, really put yourself first and focus on yourself, I guess.
No, good. Excellent. No,
with
thanks for that.
And everything else you got to do, yeah.
That's it. No, look, thanks for that, Patrick. Look, thanks for having the time and chatting to us today.
Sorry, guys.
What we're trying to do with all the boys that we got over the phone, once this lockdown and everything settles down, we're gonna try to get everyone in studio, just so we can meet in person, have a night, you know, better chat and have a good laugh as well at the same time. Yeah.
When he means studio,
he
he means 2 chairs and 1 table.
That's fine.
It's 2 lounges. For now, hey, we're growing. We're waiting to get our sponsorships, man. That's all.
Franco Smithfield sponsor us.
But what we'll do, so what we'll do, Patrick, we'll get you in one day, hopefully once this lockdown settles down if you're keen, and otherwise, look, man, good luck for the upcoming season. Hopefully you get some game time when we see you on the pitch. We're going to be trying to we'll try to make our way to some, you know, our way down to some games as well this season. So whether we see AFC games or, you know, any other games, they'll be great, mate.
Some English Premier League games.
Don't worry about English Premier League, though. All right, thanks, Patrick. Thanks, mate.
Thanks,
Take care, buddy. Bye.
And
Good talk, hey.
for
It's good.
someone 19 years old,
Yeah.
head screwed on,
Oh, super, man. He's a smart man.
organized
Yeah,
everything.
good on him.
Very, very good. He'll do well.
No, good on him.
I think he'll
Picking
do very
football
well.
and education together at once. Football has a ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
Right? There's only so far or so long you can play football, and there's going to be a point where you're going to be like, well, what the hell am I going to do now?
Start a brand.
2 hamstring tears.
CR7.
All right, George, it's your turn. It's your turn. It's your turn. The
It's time
has
for
finally
English
come.
Premier League.
The time has finally come. George, what's going on?
Ronaldo's back.
Tell us about
Ronaldo's
Ronaldo.
who?
Ronaldo's back.
Go, keep on.
He's
Viva
back.
Ronaldo!
Viva Ronaldo.
Come on, George. George is happy. George is happy.
I'm happy he's back.
Yeah, Ronaldo!
Just to see him play in the United
All
shirt
right.
again.
All right, so we're going to talk about the EPL wrap. All right, what game do you want to start off with, boys?
We'll
Crystal
start with
Palace, Tottenham.
Oh,
That
okay.
was the first game
Yeah,
of the night.
we'll go in order. We'll go in order.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So Tottenham,
What a game.
Tottenham played like crap.
Come on, man. Tottenham
Can I just
is
say,
the worst game I've ever seen them play in my life.
2 shots the whole game.
I've said this from the start, and I'll keep saying it. Zaha, I can't stand him as a player.
He's just...
I can't stand
Listen,
him.
listen,
Bro, if you
listen.
touch him, he starts
I
doing
remember the
5
one
fronts.
time they were saying, I think it was last season, they're like, Zaha... Oh, no, this was when they were getting Pepe at Arsenal. They're like, we're going to either get him or Zaha. I'm like, bro, get Zaha. What are you doing?
No,
Bro, you tell me he's not a good player?
bro.
He's weak.
You know what?
Come on, man.
For Crystal Palace, like he doesn't have the people around him, obviously, to do amazing. Right?
I'm
like
saying
it's-
individually, though.
individually,
he
he
does. Come on,
is
man.
good.
Like, yesterday, last night I watched the game, and he was making, like, he'll get the ball, and just his individual talent, like, just going straight towards
yeah,
goal.
he's
right?
very direct.
Very direct, which is
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good as a forward, right? Now, in saying that, Eduardo, man, I swear to God, I caught it. I caught it, man. I'm like, this guy's coming on for Benteke. I'm like, he's going to score. Imagine he's going to score in his debut.
Was it his first touch?
Bro, 27 seconds later,
Oh,
first touch.
bro.
I'm like, I caught it. I actually caught it for once in my life. I got it right.
You
Should've put it
know,
on sports.
my
Bet.
mate was like, "Oh, this is the guy. This is the guy from Celtic. I think it was."
Yeah,
he
yeah,
came from-
Celtic,
and then
yeah,
I'm like, "Bro, who's he? What? Just because you saw him on FIFA, he's
Yeah.
good." And he goes, "No, trust me, he's gonna score."
Bro, he scored like nearly like every game with Celtic.
Oh man, he's
He's
good.
a good player, man.
He
Man,
is
and he
good.
showed it.
Yeah,
But man, Tottenham, honestly, like,
shocking.
honest to God,
2 shots.
I'm pretty sure
Who was
the
that?
worst game I've ever seen him play in my
Yeah,
life.
man,
The worst.
You know what? I've always said Son.
Harry Kane?
Has
Harry
a-
who?
Yeah,
He wasn't even there.
It's gone.
Where was he?
I've always said Heung-min Son has a big impact, but I didn't think it was that much.
Yeah.
I didn't know. He is a freak of a player.
Yeah.
Bro.
Why is he still at Tottenham? I don't know why.
They defeat City 1-0.
I don't know why.
Was it 1-0?
Yeah, but that's what
And
I'm
then they
saying.
come
They're
to
so-
Crystal Palace and they
No,
get
but
demolished.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. Tottenham is so inconsistent. 1 minute they're like one of the best teams in the EPL, and then the next week they're like the worst. It's like,
It's,
I think it's their midfield. Their midfield
look,
is very
I know
weak.
being an Arsenal supporter is bad, right? But being a Tottenham supporter must be so freaking frustrating.
You should be happy about because Vieira coaching Palace.
I know, man. What a
Yeah.
machine, bro.
That's good. It's
CDM,
gonna be a good
mate.
project.
Yeah, no,
Good
look,
project for Crystal
big
Palace.
things gonna happen for Crystal Palace, I reckon. Which is a good
Crystal
thing.
Palace.
George, what does that say on there?
Battery something.
Damn. Is it
You
dead?
didn't charge the
I did.
camera?
I did. Is
Oh,
it dead? But
man.
It
or is
died.
saying low.
I think he died.
It died. It zoomed back
No,
out.
no. Oh my days.
You what, mate? What'd you do?
I charged it and he said it was full battery.
It lied. Clearly, it lied.
Oh,
Put your phone-
people in the back, please. Can you
Can
fix
you
it?
I know,
please
can you all sort
connect
out?
the charge? Why are we?
Why are we doing it? Why are we doing it? All right, it doesn't matter. Look, let's carry on. Worst case scenario. Well, don't worry, I'll sort it out.
Yeah.
All right. Enough about that game. Let's talk about Man U and Newcastle.
Yeah, baby. Ronaldo's back.
Did we have any doubts that Ronaldo was gonna?
No,
do
I knew he was
amazing?
gonna score.
I
Did you have any
Yeah, I
doubts?
did. I was like, nah, I don't know.
I knew he was gonna score. I'm like Ronaldo in a United jersey again. I
But,
missed
look,
this.
in saying that, good on him.
Yeah.
Like that's a big thing, man. Coming back to your club
I miss him.
and scoring 2 goals. Now, wait, again, in saying that, Newcastle,
They
I'm
got
the
two,
strongest.
bro. No, they got Saint Maximan and
let's all
what's his
pray
name?
for Newcastle. Let's all pray for
Miguel.
I saw
Listen,
this. I saw
How
this
are
tweet.
Newcastle still in the EPL?
I saw this tweet. It was like Newcastle set up with a back 8 And
they had-
bro, they had 9 at the
Almiron
back.
and St. Maximin play
the
FIFA Street at the front.
Yeah, there was 9 at the back.
They
2 at
had
the front.
5-4-1,
yeah,
And then they changed it to
which
1-9-0.
ended up turning to be 9-1.
yeah.
And I'm like,
The formation was like out of
packed
parking the bus, playing so defensive is only going to get you so far.
Yeah.
And
And then we
two,
scored
every
4
time
goals.
they got it up front, that one player would just try to take on
All
6
5
players.
defenders.
Yeah. And then we'd lose it or shoot from like 30 yards out.
Yeah.
And then to the shock of my life, they scored. Like how?
Yeah, bloody. You know how you know who pissed me off that game? Wan Bissaka.
Really?
Bro, he can't defend. I'm telling. Like,
Really?
he loses his man. I'm like, get out of
Yeah.
here. Let me do the job for you.
Positioning is a bit off
I don't know.
sometimes.
Yeah, he loses his man. But thank God Ronaldo came and scored too.
Look,
And
I'm
then
just I'm just saying against Newcastle, man. Like
But do you see Bruno's goal?
Bruno's goal.
Fernandes is a freak
Far
of
out.
nature, man.
Skulls! Full Skulls goal.
And Lingard, you made
That was
Jesse
a rocket.
Lingard.
Jay Lings, bro. Jay Lings.
Jellingers.
That was good.
All right, yellow. Next one.
Next one.
Arsenal.
Come on, Norwich!
You know,
Arsenal.
honestly, I think Arsenal or Arteta is setting up wrong. They've got 3-5-2 and their midfielders. One was like central, Odegaard, who's a naturally attacking mid, and the new guy. To be honest, I don't know enough about him, but I think he was more of a holding person.
They had a lot of shots that game.
Before. But you're setting up 3-5-2 or 3-5-2 or 3-4-3 with a team that's very young, and you've got like a Aubameyang here, like a couple oldies.
I don't know,
Obama
man.
who?
Abame who?
Abame-
Abame boom black 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 black. I don't even know what he says. Abame who? Abame what? Abame
blood clang, yeah.
clang,
So like,
jangling.
Oh man,
oh God.
But man, I don't know. Arsenal were like, I don't even know what to say anymore about.
is it
Arsenal,
time
man.
to go back to a simple 4-3-3?
I think it's just time to stop playing football.
Oh no.
Just go find another job, man. I don't know. Honestly, it's just for an Arsenal fan, it's just been too long. I'm just over it, man. I don't
Yeah.
care no more.
Yo.
I'm happy you're talking about other clubs than talking about Arsenal.
That's bad.
But then again,
That is
Norwich.
Did you guys see the Leicester and City game?
I watched the highlights.
I
of
watched
that.
the highlights. Yeah,
I
City
saw highlights
1-0.
this morning. I didn't watch it again because I was dead tired.
It was what's his name?
The
I
things
keep
I do
forgetting
for
his
this
name.
podcast.
Bernardo
Bernardo
Silva.
Silva.
Yeah, yeah. Vardy scored a good goal, but it was offside.
Yeah.
But very
Leicester's a solid team as
Leicester
well,
had
man.
competition.
good team.
What I wouldn't mind seeing is Leicester. No, not Leicester. Crystal Palace. Let's get Crystal Palace to win the EPL one.
No,
No, they
sometime
no.
soon.
no.
As a
crap.
Chelsea fan, no.
Something different. Why
Nah,
not?
not happening.
something
They
different.
got no Crystal Palace in whatever city, Palace City.
Palace.
Oh,
What other
man.
games we got, George?
We got the Chelsea game. They beat
Chelsea
Aston Villa
and who?
3-0.
Aston Villa, that's it. 3-0. Yeah, that's.
That's
Lukaku
big
with
game.
2 goals.
Lukaku.
What about Chelsea? Go.
Lukaku.
Man.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, watched it.
Yeah. How was it?
The starting lineup was very different to what we know. Like the formation was the same, but he just chucked in the players that don't normally play. Like Azpilicueta was out, his captain. Christensen out. They played well, but the boys played well. Sol from
yeah, he
Atletico
played,
Madrid
yeah.
came in.
Apparently he didn't do that well, but I think it's his first game.
Yeah.
He needs to settle in.
Bit shaky, too many touches on the
Yeah.
ball. Got caught out a lot of times, but he
He'll get-
did well. He
Yeah,
did well.
He's a good player. He'll be comfortable.
Got subbed
Premier
off at half time. I think Werner's time is gone.
He didn't
Werner,
play.
he came on in like the 82nd minute or something.
Haram.
You know what it is? He does everything well, but as a striker, you need to know how to finish, and that's what he doesn't do. But
Well, then
I don't
maybe
understand what
put him-
happened to him.
Maybe put him like a wing back
Like a
or,
winger.
Yeah.
or ringer.
yeah,
He was so good
winger.
as at Leipzig.
Leipzig,
Leipzig.
yeah.
Leipzig.
And then what? I don't know what happened. I think just Premier League. He can't
Went to
handle
Chelsea,
it.
mate.
No, but he can't handle
Pressure.
Premier League.
Too much pressure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Too much, mate. You got
Probably.
more competition going into the EPL. But any other games? Was there?
Wolves. They beat Brentford
that's it,
2-0.
Yeah. Hey,
You know,
Wolves. Finally
Brentford.
got their first win as well.
I like Wolves, but
Brentford are not a bad side. Coming
I
out
love
of
that.
Championship, they are not a bad side at all.
But then again, don't forget.
I hope they get relegated.
Leicester and Leeds did somewhat good as well when they first jumped in.
Yeah,
They
that's
Leeds,
true.
yeah, Leeds are doing really well.
Oh, they did. Remember the first year they come in, they did really well.
Yeah, yeah.
They finished-
They smacked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess a lot of teams who come from the Championship League have a point to prove. So
Yeah.
they like their motivation,
It's
their
just through the
mental
roof.
sort of
Mm.
attitude is completely different.
Yeah.
Completely.
But for someone like a team like Brentford, right? They haven't seen the Premier in age. I don't
In
know
years,
when
like, I think it was
when the
a
last
long
time they
time
were
ago.
in. So like for them to step up, really, like they play good football. They're not smashing teams, but they do play pretty good football.
Yeah,
Like playing out from the back, getting passes going forward and things like that. It's good.
Man, at least they're doing better than Newcastle, I guess.
And Arsenal.
Their game plan.
Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal as well.
Arsenal.
But I'm saying game plan
Arsenal.
wise though.
Yeah, yeah.
Like tactically, like Newcastle when they came against Man U, I was like, mate, this is honestly, if I was a Newcastle fan, I'll be embarrassed because that is not football at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Parking the bus
bro.
and just saying pump it long. Once he gets it, our 9, let him just run with it.
It was
And try to take on half the team and shoot
like
from
was it
40
Steve
yards out.
Bruce or Jose Mourinho coaching Newcastle that day?
Oh, lucky it wasn't Arteta then.
Oh man,
But that's what I'm saying. It was embarrassing. Like I was watching the game, I was like, that's disgusting, man.
it's boring.
It's
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 haram.
disgusting. These guys are getting paid millions
Yeah,
and millions of pounds, and it's like
They're just
playing
sitting back
what,
and doing nothing.
what you do when you're 10. It's like when you get the ball, just kick along, and hopefully someone jumps
Yeah,
on there
yeah,
and
yeah.
runs and shoots from
That's
wherever
right.
and scores. It was disgusting,
That's like I feel
man.
like with a lot of teams that are close to the relegation zone. That's how they play.
Yeah, Newcastle need to go, man. Get rid of them. They've been hanging in the EPL for too long, but they've been doing poorly for that long.
yeah, yeah.
Just get
That's
rid of them already,
They're
man.
just making it.
Just
Yeah,
drop them.
every time they just make it just man.
Well, look, I want Brentford to go because they're crap and no one's ever heard of them since 80 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah. Brentford's good.
Let them do, bro. Let them
Leave
do.
Brentford alone.
Norwich, they're going to go back down anyway. They always come up, down, up, down.
I heard that it's a term called like a floating team or cycling team or whatever,
Yeah.
and they do it for club business
Mm.
instead of more so like
Stay in the Premier League.
trying to give it
Yeah.
a crack. Yeah, it's good for business, but as a football club
Not
and
too
as
great.
fans of Norwich, you'd want to see the boys give it a crack in the Prem.
I think the 3 teams that came up are going to go back down.
Really,
Brentford, Watford, Norwich. They're going to go.
you know who's decent? Brighton.
I
They
hate
play
them.
well.
I hate Brighton.
Yeah.
They play all right this season.
Brighton, Lessens.
Yeah, it always reminds me of that.
Yeah.
And then Aaron Moy, I was like,
Aaron Moy. Yeah, where is he now?
I don't know.
He went to China.
He's not there.
He's
Yeah.
not there. That's for
He's in the
sure.
Chinese league now.
Yeah, nobody knows about that, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody knows about Chinese league. We don't talk about that.
There
Any other games, or was that it?
was a couple. I think
Check your.
Liver's playing in the morning.
check
No,
your
there's a
thing.
few games coming up now, eh?
I hope
Um,
Liverpool lose, to be honest.
No, I have Salah and Jota in my fantasy. I need
No,
them to
take him
win.
off. Take him off your fantasy, and they're going to lose.
Watford, Aston Villa.
No, that was old.
No, that was.
Oh, well,
No,
Can
that's
you
not
go
it.
to the?
can you?
No, it was, yeah.
This
Come
is
on.
Don't worry about it. Bro.
match day 1. We're in match day 3. Yeah, I'll do it.
Oh no, it went somewhere.
Let's go.
All right, while you're doing that, let's talk about. I'm pretty sure that was all the games.
Match day 4. Never mind.
Who else was there?
Here we go. So we have Brighton that beat. Oh, sorry, Wolves beat Watford 2-0. Brighton.
George giving us wrong information, man.
Bro, can you watch the game?
Oh, watch the game. You came up with
Brighton
Wolves and
Brighton beat Brentford 1-0.
Yeah,
Southampton, West Ham, New Law, West Ham with a red card.
yeah. Mikel Antonio red card.
What?
Very, very, very surprising news.
Top
there.
goal scorer.
Yeah, it was a stupid challenge as well. Like very unnecessary.
So it was just he got frustrated. He's just like,
yeah,
oh.
you get
Yeah,
those.
lashed out.
So tonight, 1:30 a.m. tomorrow morning, Leeds United versus Liverpool. Hopefully Leeds win, and then Everton and Burnley at 5 a.m.
How are you as a United fan saying you want Leeds to win again?
I hate
Doesn't make
Liverpool.
sense.
We hate Liverpool.
Leeds is your
Leeds
rival.
We
your
hate
rival,
both, but I'd
rival.
rather Liverpool lose.
Nah, Liverpool win that one.
Yeah,
I don't know, Liverpool a bit on the rocks this season. I don't know. They're a bit funny
Good.
coming into this season. But
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
all right, let's talk about
And
before we wrap this whole thing up. Let's
Everton,
talk about what our plans are moving forward, as we always talk about.
Sure.
So once we're released from Gladys, we're planning on going to the
once we're released from being prisoners in Australia,
being prisoners in Australia.
we're heading out to the park.
Yeah, we're gonna do some Paul Scholes volleys, some drills.
Oh, what am I talking about to the park? We're gonna get outside in the studio.
Gonna go do some volleys, some drills.
Oh,
just
man.
like some challenges,
Yeah.
just to see how fit we are, which we're clearly
Yeah,
not.
ourselves, and we'll get some fans and other players and etc. on here
Yeah.
as well. And hopefully, when the comp starts, the A League starting as well in, I'd say about a month. Let's just say about a month.
Oh wow,
So
it's not that
get
far.
ready.
This
We're
is
gonna
gonna
start
be
going
the-
to some games.
The first time I'm gonna actually be watching A League. Not gonna
Are
lie.
you gonna come to games with us?
Yeah, I'll come.
Yeah. George is shouting.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, cross cash out.
Yeah. While we're
man.
talking about that, let's talk about our two sponsors. We got CrossCare and DIS, and we got
Cross
MVP
care
Rehab.
and MVP Rehab.
Well, those are some great companies.
So when that time comes, we'll be heading to some games, doing some post-match interviews. We're also
Lovely.
going to be doing, like we said, we're going to be doing some live
Some volleys, some
challenges,
drills.
matches as well that we're going to watch and analyze with the fans.
Good.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
If George hits a Paul Scholes, George Oldboy will snack back.
That's
Done.
it. And
then I'll get fat and can't hit it again.
and we'll George will never get it. And we're
you
gonna
serious?
give
Have
away
you seen me?
tickets every week to A-League games.
That's
So-
good.
I've got Rooney behind me, bro. I'm ready.
Subscribe. We need subscribers.
That's it.
Yeah, to all you 2 subscribers,
I'm one of them.
YouTube or YouTube?
the 2 subscribers we have.
There's more than 2, Baba.
Can you turn the camera back? Guys, can you get the camera working? For God's sake. What's with this
Bloody
team, bro?
hell.
We need to get a new team in here.
Oh no, we're going to get rid of 30 of them. One here.
Get rid of 29.
Okay, we'll do that. Jacob, you can stay. We like you. You make good coffee.
Thanks, Jacob.
All right, boys, we'll give this a wrap.
All right, let's
Yeah?
do it.
Yeah, George?
Wrap it
All right,
up,
let's
George.
wrap it up, George. George, a good one this time.
Wrap it
Or
up.
do you not want that responsibility?
I do not want that responsibility.
All right, guys, my name is Fadi. I'm here with G1, G2. We are
George.
Talking Football TV. We'll see you next time.
Dogs.
Dogs.